Oh hey, it's the 2026 BC budget. So you've probably seen the headline, a $13 billion deficit. That's a pretty big number, but the real story behind it is simple: healthcare. In 2026, healthcare will make up about 40% of all provincial spending. For comparison, transportation is about 3%, childcare less than 1%, debt interest around 5% and rising. So the province is making some tough choices. Today we'll walk through some of the tax changes that might be affecting you. First up, we'll talk about personal income taxes. The lowest BC rate is increasing from 5.06% to 5.6%. There was a corresponding increase to the BC tax reduction credit. The result of this is going to be that about the top 60% of earners will pay around $200 more in income tax per year. Not dramatic, but noticeable. Now for some PST news. This is the change many will feel the most. Starting October 1st, 7% PST will apply to many professional services that were previously exempt. That includes accounting, bookkeeping, engineering, geoscience, and property management services. If you live in BC and receive these services, PST will apply, even if your service provider is outside the province. There's partial relief for architectural engineering and geoscience services that are tied to real estate or equipment that are mainly used in BC. In those cases, the effective rate will be only 4.9%, not 7%, but for many businesses and individuals, this is a real cost they'll feel. Now for some good news. BC is introducing the new manufacturing and processing tax credit for businesses that invest in growth. The credit applies to Canadian-controlled private corporations with a permanent establishment here in BC. It covers new buildings eligible for immediate expensing, new machinery and equipment used in manufacturing and processing, but used equipment does not qualify. The credit equals 15% of your eligible spending up to $2 million per year. That's up to $300,000 back annually. It applies to purchases made on or after April 1st of this year, and it runs full rate until 2031, then phases out by 2036. For businesses investing in operations and expansion, this is a meaningful tax credit. For property-related taxes, there are two notable changes. First, the speculation and vacancy tax is increasing from 3 to 4% starting in 2027. Second, the additional school tax is increasing for higher value homes. Properties with a value between $3 and $4 million, the rate's increasing from 0.2 to 0.3%. For properties above $4 million in value, the increase is from 0.4% to 0.6%. Here's the bottom line. This budget reflects the province having to make some tough choices as rising healthcare and borrowing costs put pressure on public coffers. For individuals, the impact's modest. For businesses, especially those using professional services or investing in manufacturing process, the impact is more direct. If you're unsure how these changes will impact you, let's talk.